Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a room with someone you found incredibly attractive, and suddenly your brain just shuts off? You forget how to talk, your palms get sweaty, and all that confidence you had this morning magically disappears. We've all been there. But here's the truth. Flirting isn't about lines or tricks. It's about connection. And once you understand how to create that naturally, it stops feeling like work and starts feeling like fun. When it comes to flirting naturally, the first thing to remember is that it all starts with the energy you bring into the interaction. People often overthink the words, the lines, or even their body language, but the truth is, energy speaks louder than all of those things combined. You know that feeling when someone walks into a room and they're not necessarily the loudest or the best dressed, but there's something about them that makes you feel like you want to be around them. That's what playful energy does. It draws people in effortlessly because it gives off the vibe that you're someone who enjoys life, someone who isn't taking themselves too seriously, and someone who knows how to have fun in the moment. Think about this. Most of us go through our day surrounded by people who are stressed, distracted, or glued to their phones. So, when someone shows up with a spark of playfulness, a smile that lingers, a light-hearted tone, a vibe that says, "Hey, I'm here to enjoy this," it instantly feels refreshing. That's why flirting naturally starts long before you say the first word. It begins with the way you carry yourself, a relaxed posture, a genuine smile, maybe even a little mischief in your eyes. These tiny details send a big message. You're confident, comfortable, and open to connection. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be a comedian or the life of the party. Playful energy isn't about being over the top or putting on a show. It's about finding small, fun ways to engage with someone so they feel lighter and happier just being around you. Maybe you tease them gently about taking forever to choose a drink, or you playfully guess their favorite hobby based on the way they talk. It's not about trying too hard. It's about showing a spark of curiosity wrapped in a sense of humor. What makes this so powerful is that people remember how you make them feel. They might forget the exact words you said, but they will never forget the feeling of excitement, fun, and ease you brought into the moment. When your energy says, "I'm enjoying this interaction," it gives the other person permission to enjoy it too. That's how barriers come down, conversations flow, and a natural sense of chemistry begins to form, without you ever having to force it. Most people assume that flirting is all about what you say to impress someone, but in reality, the magic often lies in how well you listen. Truly listening to someone is one of the most attractive qualities you can bring to an interaction, because it makes the other person feel valued and understood. When you give someone your full attention, you create a safe space where they can open up, share their stories, and feel like they matter. That feeling is rare in today's world, where conversations are often rushed, distracted, or filled with people waiting for their turn to speak, rather than genuinely engaging with what's being said. When you listen like you're discovering treasure, every detail becomes an opportunity to connect on a deeper level. If someone mentions their favorite childhood memory or the dream vacation they've always wanted to take, don't just nod and move on. Ask questions that show you're curious and interested. For example, if they talk about loving Italian food, you might ask what their go-to dish is or if they've ever been to Italy. When you follow up on these details, you're telling them silently, "I see you. I'm paying attention." That makes people feel special, and when they feel special around you, the connection grows naturally. Another key part of listening is picking up on emotions, not just words. Sometimes, what someone feels about a story is even more important than the story itself. If their eyes light up when they talk about a hobby, reflect that excitement back to them. If they seem nostalgic about a childhood memory, lean into that feeling with them. This emotional awareness creates a sense of intimacy because it shows you're tuned into more than just surface-level conversation. You're tuned into them. People often confuse flirting with talking non-stop, thinking they need to keep the energy alive by filling every silence. But silence isn't your enemy. A pause after someone shares something meaningful gives weight to their words and makes your response more thoughtful. And when you do speak, you can mirror back something they said in a playful or curious way, which keeps the interaction light while also building trust. At the heart of it, listening in this way transforms a simple chat into a real connection. It shifts the focus from how can I impress them to how can I make this person feel truly seen. And when someone feels seen, attraction follows naturally. Flirting that feels natural and exciting often comes from the balance between warmth and a little bit of playful challenge. And this is where the power of contrast really comes into play. If everything you say to someone is filled with praise, agreement, or constant enthusiasm, the interaction can quickly become predictable and even a bit dull. On the other hand, if there's too much teasing or challenge without any warmth, it can come across as cold or disinterested. The magic lies in mixing the two, letting the other person feel your interest and charm while also keeping things fun, light, and a little unpredictable. For example, imagine someone tells you they're an amazing cook. You could simply say, "Wow, that's incredible," and move on, but there's no spark in that response. Instead, you can smile and say, "Oh really? Are we talking 5-star chef here or just someone who doesn't burn toast?" That slight teasing edge adds personality and keeps the interaction from feeling flat. It's not about being mean. It's about creating a dynamic that makes the conversation feel alive. This balance of warmth and challenge naturally builds tension, and tension is one of the key ingredients of attraction. Contrast also helps you stand out because it shows confidence. Many people, when they like someone, tend to overcompensate by agreeing with everything or showering the other person with compliments. But confidence is often communicated by not being overly eager. It's when you can mix genuine appreciation with a playful challenge that you create intrigue. They start to feel like winning your full approval is a little adventure, and that makes the interaction more memorable. Another way to use contrast is through tone and pacing. You might be warm and curious one moment, then lighthearted and teasing the next. Maybe you ask them about their dream travel destination, and when they say Bali, you can nod thoughtfully and say, "Bali, huh? I would have guessed you were more of an Antarctica explorer." It's playful, unexpected, and keeps them laughing while also keeping the energy engaging. This push and pull rhythm keeps things from getting monotonous. It allows the conversation to feel like a dance rather than a monologue, where each person gets to play off the other. When done well, the other person walks away thinking, "That was fun," without even realizing why. And that's the beauty of natural flirting. One of the most overlooked aspects of flirting naturally is knowing when to step back and leave the other person wanting more. Many people make the mistake of staying too long in a conversation because things are going well and they don't want the fun to end. But here's the thing, when you keep going until there's nothing left to say, the energy slowly dies out, and what started as exciting can become ordinary. The most charismatic people understand that it's not about how long the interaction lasts, but about the feeling you leave behind when you walk away. Ending the conversation on a high note creates a sense of mystery and anticipation. Imagine sharing a laugh with someone, having a playful back and forth, and right when the moment feels lively and fun, you smile and say, "I have to run, but this was fun. We should continue this another time." That exit keeps the energy alive even after you've left. Instead of draining the moment dry, you leave them thinking about you, replaying the best parts of the interaction in their mind. It's the emotional equivalent of leaving a party while everyone is still dancing. The memory stays positive because it ended while the vibe was still great. This also shows confidence because it signals that you have a life outside of the conversation, that you're not clinging or desperate for attention. It creates a sense of value. You enjoyed the interaction, but you don't need to monopolize their time. That little bit of scarcity adds to your intrigue because people naturally want more of what feels exciting yet slightly out of reach. Another subtle benefit of leaving early is that it gives both of you something to look forward to next time. If you give away all your stories, jokes, and compliments in one interaction, there's nothing left to discover. But if you share just enough to spark curiosity and connection, the other person is more likely to want to see you again because they feel like there's more to uncover about you. So rather than thinking of flirting as one long performance, see it as planting seeds of fun, charm, and curiosity. When you leave at the right moment, those seeds have room to grow in the other person's mind. They get to miss you a little, and that space makes the next interaction even more exciting. Flirting naturally isn't about memorizing lines, trying to impress someone, or acting like someone you're not. It's about creating real moments of connection wrapped in fun, curiosity, and confidence. When you bring playful energy into the room, people feel drawn to you because you make the moment lighter and more enjoyable. In a world where everyone seems to be rushing through life, someone who knows how to slow down, smile, and genuinely enjoy the interaction stands out instantly. That's why the first step is always the vibe you give off, because long before words matter, people feel your energy. But energy alone isn't enough. Connection grows when the other person feels truly seen and heard. When you listen like you're uncovering hidden treasures, you make the conversation about them, not just about you. That's what transforms small talk into something meaningful. People remember those who pay attention to the little things, who ask curious questions, and who reflect back the emotions they share. It makes them feel special, and feeling special is at the core of what makes any interaction unforgettable. Then comes the magic of contrast, the dance between warmth and playful challenge. It's in the teasing remark after a compliment, the raised eyebrow after a confident statement, the little moments where you keep things interesting by not giving everything away at once. That's what creates excitement and intrigue. Flirting that feels natural always has this rhythm, a little sweetness, a little challenge, a smile that says you're interested but not desperate. It keeps the energy alive and makes the other person want to lean in closer to see what you'll do next. Finally, knowing when to walk away on a high note makes all the difference. It's not about long conversations, it's about memorable ones. By leaving them smiling, laughing, or feeling good, you create anticipation and leave room for curiosity to grow. They'll want more because you didn't give them everything at once. That's what makes the interaction stick in their mind, and what keeps the excitement alive for next time. Natural flirting isn't a performance. It's a series of small, genuine moments strung together in a way that leaves people feeling good long after you're gone. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of this conversation today. I truly appreciate your time and energy because it shows you're someone who wants to grow, connect, and bring more fun and confidence into your interactions. Remember, learning how to flirt naturally isn't about tricks, it's about being yourself in the best, most engaging way possible. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can stay connected and never miss out on future tips that can change the way you approach relationships and communication. Your support means the world, and it's what keeps this community growing stronger every single day. I would also love to hear your thoughts in the comment. Your experiences, your questions, or even the moments you've had where flirting felt easy and fun. Together, we can learn from each other and keep the conversation alive. Until next time, keep smiling, stay confident, and remember, the best connections are built when you're having fun. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.